In the start of the story, we see Harbor City Lilith. Scene shift to a ship stand nearby. We see a boy and he say finally I'm here. After that we see a bunny costume wearing a girl say you will be able to purchase portions once you do me a favor. And after that, we see a fish man, he say why don't you buy one of these fish. We see the town's majestic view. This is the harbor Lilith. And his eyes sparkle with joy. Walker say, are you happy Raymond? After that we see two people stand there and they say you are just so happy aren't you? And then both of them look back and see the two people stand there. Fatty one say I do want to run around from joy to be honest. Now we know his name Terror and after that they together say. Here our adventure begins. After that, the story recall this is the era of adventure, where adventure from all over the world, create their own adventure. And become heroes in their own journey. Mysterious portal that begun appearing all over the world. One day, from that portal, all kind of horrifying monster that you could not see in map world appear out of nowhere. But the valuable and powerful item that inside the gate, lured in those who dares to dream big. After that we return to the present and white hair boy say we need a bait. And to hear that we see the boy shocked. The white hair boy say again, we can't plan anything until we know what inside the gate. Countless adventures have died because of unexpected variables. That's why we need a slave to act as a bait. The black dress wearing girl say, so we need someone to take the attention away, I agree. That's good. After that scene sift to a slave market and a merchant say welcome. This is the market is run by Gafford Merchants Union. All the guys here are slave meant to be used as bait. So please choose. You will see that they are really worried about the price. And the merchant say, I recommend this guy, they are in good shape. We got them only recently. He say I will take both, then the merchant laughed and say good choice. Then good luck on your adventure. Then scene sift a portal. And we see the white hair boy and he say. We will mark the pillar here to notify the others that we are already in here. Seems like no one gone inside yet. That means we will be the first. You are all ready, right? Then we see three people stand behind him and they say. Let's go. Then they enter the portal. And yellow hair boy say this feels really strange, then we see majestic view of giant forest. And then someone say. I have never been in a such mysterious looking place before. It's totally different from what I had imagined. White hair boy say there no need to get all nervous. Let's get moving. Gates are usually formed in location far from monster habitats. So we should be in clear for now. And he say, we can't use the some gate for leave. And we need to find the exit gate first. And the black hair girl look back, and see a big monster jump on her with mouth open. And then blood is filled everywhere. White hair boy shouted why is there a monster here? Yellow hair boy shout for girl. We see the whole adventure group surrounded by monsters and they say wait. Don't tell me all those things are here. Then the white hair boy is snap out of it and ready, a fire arrow. He shoot one of the monster, then he say something is wrong here, tied up baits to the tree. We need to get out of here, then one of the slaves say wait take us with you. Fatty boy say. Shut up and do as we say, then yellow hair boy, mumbling I am sorry I am sorry. They shout. Don't leave us behind then the whole group start to run from there, then one of slaves beaten by the monster. And scene sift to the other party. White hair boy carry the girl on his back, and he say this one a failure, clear it is not important now. We need to hurry and find exit gate and get out. Then we see yellow hair boy in shock. Fatty boy, try to snap out of him from so and he said to him he told you to get it together. You bastard listen to what Woker says. Calm down we fail this one but we can always prepare again. So don't give up and let's focus on the present. He closes the fist and say we will all make it out of here. We see one big monster behind his back. And monster smash him on the ground. White hair boy shouted to the others, but they are no response. The white hair boy again ready a fire arrow and he said to the monster you piece of shit. The monster tongue wrap around his neck, and the monster pull into his mouth and bite it, we see the blood spread everywhere. The boy shocked seeing his friend dying in front of his eye and he crawling on the ground say, "My leg." And he is call out for help, but there is no one there. And he see the slave boy he use as a bait alive. And say, "You are alive. I am so glad, hurry up and help me. All my members are dead. It just you and me now. Alright, I am really sorry about earlier. I don't mean it. You can't get out of here alone, it's better to have more people, so please help me. Instead of just watching me, your son of a bitch." And a slave stand there smiling and he say, "I don't know. It seems I am too late," and the monster swallow him whole. The boys say, "You think you make it out of here? Next up is you." Then we see the boy is standing there holding a spear. And he say, "No, I won't die." Then we see he instantly killed that monster. Then he say, "Where I die wasn't here." Yeah. We see next, on a cliff. Some people stand there and there's the main character of this story standing. Someone say, "It's coming." We see giant monster, flying to them high speed, then the group say, "The king of dragons Gornthale." A white-haired girl say, "I guess the center nest has fallen. There is nothing else we can depend on now, the Cygnus Knights. The Resistance, the Cross Hunters, all the adventures. And the 6 heroes that people saw as their ray of hope. They are all dead, you are the only one remaining. The last adventure El Paz. This is the turn of the main character name in previous life." Someone say, "Let's go. This is our final adventure." We see the dragon open his mouth. We see end of the battle, and everyone has fallen, even the main character himself. And he think in his mind, "Is it over for me?" Then we see 3-headed dragon up in the sky. And the main character thinks it's regenerating the head I cut off. It was all for nothing. Then we see the dragon attacking the MC with wood open mouth and he thinks this is my end. The world ends. Our adventure to, and he punch in the ground and say as if and he clutch his teeth. And say this is how all ends. When we see MC remembering the moment of his falling friend, last moment and shout and he thinks in his mind, "I can't accept this." Then we see the dragon flying in the air. The main character says this cannot be how it's end and he cast the last spell of his life. And he say, "No matter what I am going to." Before finishing his spell, he spout blood from his mouth. Then we see the dragon preparing for attack with dragon roar. The MC say, "Pathetic piece of shit. Why did it have to end like this? If only I was more powerful. If I had just one more chance." Then we see the main character open his eyes and someone shout out at him and say, "Get up, you piece of shit." He recalled the moment before he died. Then other man say, pretending to be sick, "Go to work. You should know your place as a slave." And our MC thinking, what about the dragon, am I alive? He open his eyes and see the surrounding and things. Wait, this place is the slave market, no way. The slave market was abolished long ago. But this place is definitely a slave market. And if my memories serve me right, he is the merchant that was in charge of me 6 years ago. When I was a slave. Right, he definitely the same guy. Then I am back in the past. Then the merchant punch him in the face and say, "What the hell are you glaring at?" And our MC recall. That day, I was brought back to the starting point of all stories. Am I dreaming right now? It's too realistic. I can believe it, but there are also no other explanation. And we see the determination on his eyes. To change the future. After that the scene changed to the present. And our MC pick up a magic staff, and think in his mind, a staff for fire arrow, not a bad skill. It's perfect for my skill level right now too. But this is not enough. Adventure should have more than just a weapon, otherwise there is no point in coming back here. Right, there are sometimes guys who hide valuables in their shoes. And he find a ring. This is the telekinesis ring. After that we see swope of monster targeting our MC. And he say, "Did they smell the blood?" After that, the monster punch on the ground and launch into the main character. Our MC defeating monster one after another. And one of the monster grab his magical stuff and broke it. Without give a chance to recover, monster attack him from behind and our MC miraculously dodges that attack. And I think in his mind, I will test out the ring too. Then he used telekinesis with fire arrow. Then we see lot of monster dead on the ground. And RMC thinks I can't keep it up for too long, well I guess that does not matter. And after that his fire arrow is not working anymore. And he say, it doesn't seems to be broken. Is it on cool down? And then, he attack the monster with brute force. And wild heatings he thinks. That leaves me with no choice. Then we see RMC defeat the monster one after another. In that time his fire arrow cool down is end. Then we see he attack with fire arrow and again use the telekinesis ring. And he kills the monster again and again. We see a person on the ground and that person say, you are no ordinary slave. We come to know that one of the adventurers survived till now. And RMC thinks, she's still alive. And the adventure girl say to the main character, spearmanship and magic too. Who are you? And RMC thinks, she got lucky. Well I guess unlucky is the better chance of world. And the girl say again, why did you have that stuff and that on your wrist? How did you have that, when you are just a slave? Wait. Was this all your scheme? Then RMC glare at that girl and say, are you done talking? And a girl say, what? And RMC say, sorry but you got it wrong, not that anything would have been different, even if I had planned this, I would have killed you all either way. And the girls say to RMC, what kind of monster are you? And RMC say to the girl, I absolutely hate people like you who use slave as bait. After that we see lots of building and someone say, what? Look over there. Really? No way. A bait slave come back on his own. In RMC things. The dice already been thrown. I need to hurry in order to avoid repeating the same fate. Then first. And he stop in front of a big building. He thinks I need to free myself first. We see the adventure guild. And the branch manager seeing the slave return back alive. A man say, yes that's the case Mr. Abbas. Apparently, he returned without a single scratch. And he say, what's wrong with that? Is not unlikely for someone meant to be bait to be returned safe and sound, is it? All the adventurers accompany him die inside the dungeon. So he's the only one who made it out alive. That's definitely unusual. On top of that, you say he didn't runway and come back here on his own feet. And he thinks. People who have been reduced to slave become the depth will end up as bait again, even if they come back alive. Despite that he didn't runway that means he can get out of our hold that easily. Because the sole means of escaping is true death. That's the way of the Gafar Merchant Union isn't it? And he say. So why do I have to be reported about that matter? And the man say, they are another event to report beside this. The slave unlocked the first circle. After hearing that, he was surprised and he say. The slave who is bait is now one circle you say. And he thinks. A slave would harbor negative sentiment towards the merchant union and if things go wrong. And the man standing aside interrupt his thoughts and say. To add on, he asked for a change in contract. And he say it change. It seems he like to register as an adventurer. And he say a lowly slave. He doesn't know his place. And standing man say. Mr. Rakan order for you to personally look into his matter and his out and say, Mr. Rakan. And he thinks in his mind, an executive of the Gafar Merchant Union is showing interested in a lowly slave for this reason. No that's can be it's because of that. And he's standing near a window and say a bait who want to be an adventure. Then we recall. Under Queen signs the status of a slave cell not exist, but that is some superficial talk. Humans have always been slave to money. If they fail to pay back what they borrow they make up for it through labor. This nation was created by the Maple World's so-called slave. On that day when my only family. My father collapsed after an illness I become one of them as well. Black Mass, the heart that I purchase formed the Gafar Merchant Union on credit. The Merchant Union set the price for the Black Moss at multiple time its current price, at 1 million miso. 10-hour men character recall his moment. El Palm. The accused who failed to pay back the amount of 1 million miso by the due date is hereby compelled to perform river equivalent to that amount for the Merchant Union. Thus I was exploited for 6 whole years under the Union. Now it's time for revenge. My name is El Palm. And our main character think in his mind. Abbas was it. The half-hand man of rock on one of the executive of Union. I've caught a good fish. And the executive say, right, so you want to modify the contract. I have already received a report about you, so I will keep it short. I will change your contact into F-rank adventure. In our main character think in his mind, of he accept my demand way too easily. And he thanked the man. And in his mind, as I thought he wing courses of death. And our main character say to the man, however, I want rank E, and he thinks. I have no intention of playing along with you at your peace. What? Rank E. For you. The Adventure Association hasn't even is assigned you a rank. I have already explored over 100s of gate in the past 3 years as the baiting slave. That is still make it experience as a bait. You have never caught a monster. Since when has monster hunting been a virtual for an adventure? What? The reason the first adventure was able to make a name for himself was survival. The virtual of an adventure is return alive. Since the information from a returning can play a greater role than individual feats. And the man say, I admit that's true, you are certainly right that surviving as a baiting slave for 3 years is no ordinary feat. But that's all it is, you all only enter dungeon ranking low in difficulty. Do you really think pathetic survival ability of your will work in higher ranking gates? It seems you take us for idiots, who offer a risky contract to someone who will die without even having to pay our money back. And he thinking in his mind. Lunatics. He thinks he's all that. He'll die without being able to go far. What? Is this repulsive feeling? I am getting. And then the men say. There this one get. Only 5 can enter, and it has 12 scars. That's right. Bones of at least 12 parties are buried there. Prove it. If you're worth what you say is, I will do what you want. And so the scene shift to a forest. Then we see 4 people waiting for RMC and they say, so you are the rookie we're going with. Nice to meet you, my name Chev. My position is tank. I heard about you from Mr. Abbas. So you are a baiting slave. I don't care about stuff like that. So don't worry. The same goes for my comrades. And RMC say to him, I hope we can have a nice time walking together. And they say, I heard you can use fire magic. Well, yeah. What do you mean? The element magic you can use is decided. I heard mages can't use magic of element other than the one they born with. So apparently any item that unrelated to their element is useless for them. That's complicated. And the leader of the group say. Enough chit-chat, you must have heard it already, but for this mission. The goal isn't hunting monster. Our goal is to safely retrieve the item left behind by the 12 parties who were annihilated before us. And then, we just have to return the item we retrieved to the Union. I heard they are giving 3,000 miso for its item. Aren't they too much? We won't gain anything if we can't retrieve them. Items for adventures of for first circle means they're worth 7,000 meso or more, that's not even half of the price. And another person say. Stop complaining. What about it? When did I complain? And someone say. Now. Enough of this, are you all ready? Let's make some money. Then they enter the portal. After entering, the white hair boys say it's bright but it's feels so dreary. And the leaders say, everyone pay attention, there a high chance of a long battle in this dense forest, so we'll set up a base first. Shiv. What about up in that tree? With all those branches, hiding and moving to other tree will be quite easy. Not bad, okay then let's go with that. Then they pull out some nails and rube. Then white hair boy say to RMC. Palm, you can just rest. Setting up beast is mine and that idiot specialty. After that we see they make a camp near the tree. Now that's the base is all set up, we will split in 2 group and search the surroundings. And a leader say, Tom, Max and Roa. You there are any group 1. We will take the east and west side, scout and get back. If something happens, send a signal, and rush to the base, got it? And everyone say, okay. Then we see 2 figure working in the forest. Then the leader say. How come we haven't come across a single monster, let alone an item? Did we fix our spot too early? We are gonna have to move further inside tomorrow. That aside, how's your first mission as an adventure looking? Then our main character say, I feel nervous. And the group leader laugh and say, right. That's how it is. You know, I've been in adventure for a long time, yet every time I step inside a gate I am nervous about it. I have always been a scary cat. But despite that, I can have courage because I've got good people by my side. Praising them myself might sound awkward, but they are really good people. I felt very sorry when I heard about your story. Baiting slave, I can only imagine how hard it must have been. On the topic. El Palm, if it's okay with you. How about joining our? He never finish his sentence, and he see the MC is standing in front of a huge footprint. And group leader say, I was not being serious about that, so don't worry about it. Then we see a fire in the middle of a forest and they resting over there. Form the group, someone say. That means you have nothing to gain either. And someone say. You think we find them so easily? And the leader say, stop talking about work when we are eating, can you can always talk about it tomorrow. Then in middle of the night someone shout to main character. Oi, Palm. Then the leader say are you sleeping? And there no response from the MC. Then one of the group members say, Captain, what are you doing? This guy lost in his dreams. How would he answer you? Geez. You are so damn cautious. Did you forgot what we mix in his food? That sleeping harb could even make a mushmom weighing 100s of kilograms fall asleep. He gulped down so much of it. He be lucky not to die. Someone laugh and say, by the way, a fire arrow wand, that at least 10,000 meso. Then white hair boy with his dagger stab the main character in his sleep. And say then let's get working shall we? Then he shocked to find out the main character is not there. After that someone ask him. What's wrong? And he say, he is not here. Then they shocked to know that. And they say. No way. Find him. He could not have gotten far. After that, a explosion happened near they are standing. In the tree on the fire. Then someone say, what happened? Why is there a fire all of a sudden? Quickly we have to get the food and item out. Damn it, is this El Palm doing? And the party member looking at the sight call for the leader and say. Boss. And the leader say. What now? And they are so shocked. Even couldn't believe it, in front of them a giant golden slime standing there. And he cursed the main character and say El Palm, that bastard. And we see his giant slime monster opening his mouth to attack the adventure group. And the group members say. Did he use us as bait? Then the slime monster attacked the group of people with huge mouth. And the main character standing on a tree. He thinking in his mind, how legging. They shouldn't have been so kind if they wanted to trick me. In a gateway over 12 parties that have veteran adventures fail, they'd welcome a bait like me. It's obvious they were up to something. Anyway, the boss monster of this area was that guy. I had an inkling that it was the thing from the broken parts, but it's bigger than I thought. Then we see the group leader shouting. Damn it. That type is disadvantage to us. And the other members say, boss, do you know what that thing is? And he say, if my guess is right. That thing is a gold slime. It's not something you normally see in Maple World. It's a rare boss monster that only come out of rad gates. That thing body is acid. So it's the worst maths up possible for melee adventures like us. In the most dangerous parties. He didn't have time to complete his sentence, that slime shoot a acid arrow at them. And the boy asked, his leader. What with that thing? It has long range attack too. It's a acid arrow, it's a skill that let it shoot out its body acid. Isn't it just cheating TTING at this point? Get a hold of yourself, it's coming. And the boys say, boss, how do we deal with that thing? Is there even a way to deal with it? And the group running from that sport say, let's get out of here fast, it acid arrow should have cooled down of 1 minute. We will recover and look for a chance. We have to go for the core in the thing's head. In the white hair boy smiling and say, so it's skill on cool down. After that he prepared to attack the slime. We still have enough time, just leave it to me. And the boss shout at him. Wait, we have to attack together. And after that we see the white hair boy killed by that slime. After that his friends say to boss, there should still be over 10 seconds left on his cooldown. And without taking a break the slime kill the other party member. And the main character standing on side. And he thinks in his mind, looks like it's over. Chev. Your words weren't wrong. However, gold slime eat item and grows stronger accordingly. I am guessing that cooldown time decrease as it got stronger. That thing abnormal size and almost non-existence cooldown on acid arrow. Now I know why the parties that come before have all failed. That thing is already out of its class. That thing has grown so much that it could be fit for yellow gate, which is 2 level above a red gate. It's no longer a monster that a one-circle adventure can handle. I'm sure there aren't any more item left in this dungeon. Looks like the mission is a failure. And he thinks about what the branch manager say to him. And after that he attacked the slime with fire arrow. But it's all in vain, the slime monster recover from that in an instant. Then the main character say. Is it because of its magic resistance? I am sure I aimed for its core directly. Not bad if it's like this 4 more shots will. No, I need to hit it at least 5 more shot. And he thinks in his mind, well. Not like it's matter. I will just prove it to you. Then the slime monster attack the main character with acid arrow. Barrage of acid arrow coming towards the main character. And the main character thinks I have to hit the exact same spot without error. An ordinary mage would not have think of doing such a thing. But I am not your run-of-the-mill mage. One of the title I held in my previous life. After that the main character shoot him with his fire arrow. And he think 4 more shots. But the monster attack him with acid arrow again and the main character while dodging, attack again with his fire arrow. And he against things 3 more. But the slime monster does not give up and he attack the main character again and again. And after that the main character start counting again, 2 more. After that he attack the monster again. And the main character think. Doesn't it's pretty quick for its size, but it pointless. And he attack the monster again. And he almost broke the core of that slime monster. And he shout last one. That's it for today's video. Thank you for watching. If you like this video please subscribe.